everybody. In this video you will find explanation of Act 3 Scene 1. Salanio and Salarino are talking about Antonio's shipwreck, and on the other side Shylock is grieved at his daughter's betrayal and at the same time happy at Antonio's loss, because now Antonio will be bound to pay the forfeiture of the bond that he had entered into with Shylock. Now let's come to the detailed explanation of the scene. The scene takes place in Venice at a street. Salanio: now what news on the Rialto? What is the news on shipping exchange? Salarino: why, yet it lives there unchecked that Antonio hath a ship of rich lading wrecked on the narrow seas, the Goodwin. It is still reported without any contradiction that Antonio has a ship which was richly laden. It lies wrecked, that means destroyed, on the narrow sea at the English Channel. I think they call the place a very dangerous flat and fatal, where the carcasses of many a tall ship lie buried. And I think they call the place very fatal, very dangerous, and there many wrecks of fine ship lie buried. As they say, if my gossip report be an honest woman of her word, as I have heard of, if that well-known Lady Rumour is true in this case. Rumour is personified here as Lady Rumour. Salanio: I would she were as lying a gossip in that as ever nabbed Ginger or made her neighbours believe she wept for the death of her third husband. I wish this rumour of Antonio's shipwreck was as lying a gossip as the rumour is that a lady, she chewed ginger and made her neighbour believe that she is weeping at the death of her third husband. But it is true, without any slips or prolixity or crossing the plain highway of talks, that the good Antonio, the honest Antonio, oh that I had a title good enough to keep his name company. But it is true, without any use of long and boring phrases, that Antonio, good Antonio, if I could have a better adjective to use for him, to give him company. And he stops his speech over here without completing it. So here they are talking about the rumours of Antonio's shipwreck, and they are sure that the rumours are true in this case. Salarino: come, the full stop. Come, now let's put an end to this talk. Salanio: ha, what sayest thou? What do you mean? Why, the end is, he hath lost a ship. And the substance is that he has lost a ship. Why should we put an end to this talk? Salarino: I would it might prove the end of his losses. I hope this should be the end of his losses, Antonio's losses. Salanio: let me say amen betimes, lest the devil cross my prayer, for here he comes in the likeness of a Jew. Let me say amen immediately, end the prayer immediately, before the devil cross my prayer. Because here the devil comes in the Jew, the form of the Jew. Enter Shylock. How now, Shylock? What news among the merchant? So how are you, Shylock? What is the news? Here Salanio calls Shylock to be a devil, and there is an old belief that if the devil crosses the prayer before it is completed, then the prayer would not be heard. So therefore, considering Shylock to be a devil, Salanio ends the prayer before he enters. Shylock: who knew none so well as you, of my daughter's flight? Who knew better than you of my daughter's elopement? Salarino: that's certain. I, for my part, knew the tailor that made the wings she flew withal. That is very sure. And for my part, I knew the person who had made the wings with which your daughter ran away. And Shylock, for his own part, knew the bird was fledged, and then it is the complexion of them all to leave the dam. And Shylock, he knew very well that the bird, that is Jessica, she was ready to fly. And it is the nature of all the young birds to leave their mother or parent, and therefore Jessica is gone. Shylock, she is damned for it. She will be damned for doing such. Celerino, that's certain. If the devil may be her judge, that will certainly happen. She will be damned for doing so if the devil, that is Shylock himself, is her judge. Shylock, my own flesh and blood to rebel. My own daughter, my own flesh and blood, she is going against me. Celerino, there is more difference between thy flesh and hers than between jet and ivory. Jet refers to black and ivory to white. So there is more difference in your flesh, in your color, than between jet and ivory, than between black and white. More between your bloods than there is between red wine and Rhenish. And red wine is a common cheap wine, an expensive white German wine. So Celerino says that there is more difference in your blood, that is Jessica's and Shylock's blood, than between red wine and Rhenish wine. But tell us, do you hear whether Antonio have had any loss at sea or no? But tell us, have you heard of any Antonio ship loss at the sea? Shylock, there I have another bad match. A bankrupt, a prodigal, who dare scarce shows his head on the Rialto. And there I have another bad bargain, a bankrupt, a spendthrift, who hardly shows his head on the Rialto. He is talking about Antonio. A beggar that was used to come to smudge upon the mart. Smudge means very self-satisfied, and mart refers to the stock exchange. So Antonio, like a beggar, used to come looking self-satisfied at the stock exchange. Let him look to his bond. He was owned to call me a usherer. Let him look to his bond. He was owned to lend money for Christian courtesy. Let him look to his bond. Let him take care of his bond. He was accustomed to call me a usherer, means a person who lends money at unfair rate of interest. Now, let him look to his bond. He was used to lend money out of Christian kindness without charging any interest. Now, let him take care of his bond. Celerino, why, I am sure if he forfeit, thou wilt not take his flesh. What's that good for? Celerino, he says that I'm sure that if he is not able to pay the money, you will not take a pound of flesh from his body, because that is of no use. Celerino is trying to make sure that Shylock, about Shylock's intentions, what Shylock is intending to do at the time of forfeiture. Shylock, to bait fish withal, if it will not feed, it will feed nothing, it will feed my revenge. I will use that pound of flesh as a bait to catch a fish, and if it doesn't feed anything, at least it will feed my revenge. He had disgraced me and hindered me 500,000. He had insulted me and prevented me from making 500,000 money. He had laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned means despised my nations, thwarted my bargain, that means interfered with my business deals, cooled my friends, heated my enemies. He had lessened my friend, and he had made my enemies even more angry. And what's his reason and why he did all these things? I am a Jew, because I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, means limbs, senses, affections, passions, fed with the same food, hut with the same weapon, subject to the same disease, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer as a Christian. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison, you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If we are like you in the rest, we will resemble you in that. So if we Jew are like you Christians in everything, then we will be like you in the rest other thing also. If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge. If a Jew does wrong to a Christian, what patience does he show? That is revenge. He takes revenge. If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferance be by Christian example? And now, if a Christian is doing wrong to a Jew, what attitude should a Jew show? Of course, that should also be a revenge. The villainy you teach me, I will execute, and it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction. The wicked behavior that you have taught me, I will carry that out, and it will be very strange if I do not improve upon the lessons that you have taught me. He is angry of the things that has happened to him in the past, and now he is very much sure that he wants revenge against Antonio and the Christians. Enter a servant. Servant. Gentlemen, my master Antonio is at his house and desired to speak with you. They are Salarino and Salanio. They are called by Antonio. Salarino. We have been up and down to seek him. We have been looking for him everywhere. Salanio. Here comes another of the tribe. A third cannot be matched unless the devil himself turn Jew. Third of his tribe means Tubal is approaching, who is a Jew and also a moneylender. They call Shylock to be a devil, and so Tubal is also called a devil because he is another Jew, and says that the third they will not find a third unless devil himself converts himself into a Jew. Exeunt Salanio, Salary and servant, and Tubal. Shylock. Tubal, what news from Genoa? Hast thou found my daughter? So what is the news from Genoa? Do you find my daughter? I did hear of her, but cannot find her. I often went everywhere I got the news from about Jessica, but I couldn't found her. Shylock. Why there. A diamond gone cost me 2,000 ducats in Frankfurt. A diamond which cost 2,000 ducats has been spent in Frankfurt. The curse never fell upon a nation till now. I never felt it till now. Never before has the evil fate fallen upon our race. So here Shylock is considering his misfortunes as a misfortune of the whole Jewish race. 2,000 ducats in that and other precious jewels. 2,000 ducats has been spent and also some precious jewels by Jessica. I would my daughter were dead at my foot and the jewels in her ear. Would she were hearsed at my foot and the ducats in my coffin. I wish Jessica was dead at my foot and with all the jewels with her. I wish that she laid in a coffin and all the ducats were inside the coffin. No news of them. Why so? And I know not what spent in the search. Why thou loss upon loss? The thief gone with so much and so much to find the thief. So why there is no news about them? I have spent so much in the search. So there is loss upon loss for me. The thief is gone. That is Jessica is referred to as thief here. The thief is gone with so much and I am spending so much to catch the thief now. And no satisfaction, no revenge. And what do I get in return? No satisfaction and no revenge out of it. Nor no ill luck stirring, but what lights on my shoulder. Every bit of ill luck that is around seems to fall on me. No sighs but my breathing, no tears but my shedding. So there is no sigh, it's only the breath that I breathe out. That means it is only me who is grieving here, and there is no tear except the tears that I shed. Tubal. Yes, other men have ill luck too, Antonio, as I heard in Genoa. Yes, there is another man who is also facing a ill luck, that is Antonio in Genoa. Shylock. What? Ill luck, ill luck. What? About what ill luck are you talking? Tubal. Had the Nagasee cast away coming from Tripolis. Antonio has a ship wrecked which was returning from Tripolis. Shylock. I thank God, I thank God. Is it true? Is it true? So I thank God, I'm sure that it is true. Tubal. I spoke with some of the sailors that escaped the wreck. Shylock. I thank thee. Good Tubal, good news, ha ha, where in Genoa? Shylock is very happy to hear of Antonio's shipwreck, as he considers Antonio to be his enemy. Tubal. Your daughter spent in Genoa, as I heard, in one night 80 ducats. Jessica has spent 80 ducats, 80 means 80. 80 ducats in Genoa in one night. Shylock. Thou stickest a dagger in me, you are piercing a dagger in me. I shall never see my gold again. 80 ducat at a sitting, 80 ducat. She has spent 80 ducats on a single occasion, that's a huge amount. Tubal. There came divers of Antonio's creditors in my company to Venice. That's where he cannot choose but bray. Several Antonio's creditors, they came here along with me, and they say that Antonio does not have any other choice except to go bankrupt because he has met several losses. Shylock. I am very glad of it. I will plague him, I will torture him, and I am glad of it. I am very happy that has happened to Shylock, and I am going to take all the revenge on him. I am very happy about it. Tubal. One of them showed me a ring that he had of your daughter for a monkey. One of them showed me a ring that he had got in exchange of monkeys that he had given to your daughter Jessica. Out upon her, thou torturest me, Tubal. It was my turquoise. I had it of Lee when I was a bachelor. I would not have given it for a wilderness of monkey. You are torturing me, Tubal. That was my turquoise. Turquoise means a greenish blue precious stone, and it was given to me by Lee, my wife, when I was a bachelor, I was not married, and I would have not given it in exchange of even a regiment of monkey. Tubal. But Antonio is certainly undone, but Antonio is for sure ruined. Once Tubal gives him a good news of Antonio's bankruptcy, of losing everything, and on the other side he gives him also the news of Jessica's spending the money that she has stolen from Shylock. Shylock. Nay, that's true, that's very true. Go, Tubal, fee me an officer, bespeak him a fortnight before. Tubal, get me an officer 2 weeks before Antonio's bond expires, because he is very sure that Antonio is going to forfeit the bond, that is, would not be able to pay the money. I will have the heart of him, I will take his heart out from him if he forfeit, if he is not able to pay the money on time. For were he out of Venice, I can make what merchandise I will. So to get rid of him, to get him out of Venice, and only then I will be able to make whatever profit I wish to. Go, Tubal, and meet me at the synod. Go, good Tubal, at the synod, Tubal. So go, Tubal, you meet me at the synod. That is a place of worship for the Jew. And they exit. So with this, I end the explanation of Act 3, Scene 1. Thank you.